Okay, so we're going to be solving this signaling question. This is microeconomics. And we're going to go over the story, and then we're going to go over the story I have written down here. In this case, we have P, which is the price of food being served. It's always going to be greater than 0. A good waiter or waitress makes 10 and a bad one makes 5. The tip percentage is 15%, and the amount earned by not being a server is greater than 0 because they're going to find another job that pays them at least more than $0. Okay? And then S is the wage. So S is the wage, obviously being positive as well. Okay. When a good server is paid S dollars, what is their payoff? Also, just to make this clear now, a good server getting 10 would be 10 customers. So it's the amount of customers they're able to serve. And a bad server gets 5, so about half of that. So using the information here, we're able to construct a payoff function for good servers and bad servers. Let's do that. Okay, so what's written down here are the 2 different payoffs. So we have our first variable here, which is either 10 or 5, because this depends on the amount of guests that they're able to serve, where WG serves 10 and WB serves 5, and then it's times, well, bracket times 0.15 because this is the 15%, and then P is obviously the price of food. So it's quite simple. Price of food times the tip on it, 0.15, times the amount of guests that you're serving, plus your wage. So the story makes sense. And then you can simplify it down a bit. And for the good servers, your payoff is 1.5p plus S. For the bad servers, it's 0.75p plus S. So what if the restaurant wanted only good servers? How would they create a separating equilibrium to decipher between the 2? So here we have it. This is our separating equilibrium. I'm going to put a little box around it. Our S star has to be greater or equal than W bar less 1.5p, and it has to be smaller than W bar less 0.75p if we want to distinguish between the 2 workers. And so what we did, we're going to go step by step here, is we define the stories with the 2 different payoffs. We found it to be 1.5p plus S for the good server and 0.75p plus S for the bad server. And then we understand where they would check. Me when I'm rapping, W bars. We find out that they have different payoffs, and one is lower and one is higher. So if we put our screening right in between in such a way, like we did here, then we're able to signal, or we're able to figure out, we're able to distinguish from good and bad workers with this separating equilibrium, where W bar less 1.5p is less or equal than S star, which is less than W bar less 0.5p. Problem solved. Light work.
Yippee!
It's gonna be my last video for today.